Hi, I'm Real Generic Demon, and this is Turbo Cup Challenge, and I've had to start it already because it actually started the game starting. Now, I'm going to put on the screen quickly. This is a players premium game, but I suspect it was a full-price game once upon a time. Now, I'm going to put on the screen the picture of the cover, and you'll notice on the cover, as we put it on the screen right now, the picture of the car. It's a Ferrari GTO something or other. Probably one of the time. But what am I driving when you look on the screen? I'm driving a Porsche 944. And that's actually what we're driving in the game. In fact, they're all Porsche 944s. Which makes me laugh because it's probably one of the worst bit of false advertising we've ever seen, realistically, within a sort of a Spectrum game. So anyway, we've got our accelerator. It spins an awful lot. There's no real sense of speed with this. Even when you're going fast, it does feel a little bit like you're going quite slowly. Turning is an absolute pain. You turn a little bit. The next thing you know, the car is doing pirouettes on the road like that. Oh, and now we flipped it. That's even more impressive that we managed to flip it like that. So yeah, we're doing pirouettes on the road. Can I accelerate away from that side of the road? I might be able to. Yeah, I mean, I think it's actually a re-release from the loading screen, which you'll have just seen. I definitely think this is a re-release of a more expensive title, but it really is quite tough. My little lad's behind me going, ow. So even he's saying no, it's not the best. Isn't that right? We're saying no. So I don't know. Somebody's went to a lot of effort with the car design and the graphics. There's a lot of effort there. There's a lot of effort with I think there's been a lot of effort put into it all over. Problem is that because there's no real sense of speed, and when you apply the brakes, by the way, it doesn't have to apply the brakes. Look at this. Brakes stopped. Instantaneous. So if you are over sort of committed in the steer, you're just going to go spinning round. So I'm trying very hard to catch something. It says I'm in training at the moment. There doesn't seem to be any other options in the manual. The manual is very Spartan in its look, so it's not particularly brilliant how it looks. It doesn't sound particularly. There's not any real. Oh, there's a car noise. I had to turn up the speakers there. I couldn't hear it myself. You probably can't even hear it on the recording that you've got there. But there is a car noise. There's sort of a little buzzing of a car noise. Kind of noise. I'm just going to spin here because I'm doing 140 miles per hour and I've spun round and I've walloped into something else there. Yeah. I don't know what else we're meant to do, really. How do we start the race? Is there a way to start the race beyond it just kicking in like it did when we started it? I don't know. We're going for it. Yeah, it's I picked it because it had the picture of Ferrari on the front, and then I started reading the instructions and realised it was a Porsche 944. Not a particularly popular car. It appeared. What was the movie it appeared in where they flooded one? So and so drove one. Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise in Risky Business is what he does is he drowns his dad's Porsche, and it's going to cost a lot of money to replace it, and that's why he gets into being. Well, running a specialised service for young gentlemen who like young ladies. That sounds wrong. It's not what you think. Well, yes, it is. What was her name who was in it? Deborah something or other, was it? The lady who kind of appears and her hair's blowing in the wind when there's no wind in the front room. It's weird. Yeah, that one. But anyway, Porsche 944 was kind of the thing that drowned. It was also the time when Porsche used to have the slogan, and I still, to this day, because you think it's quite a good slogan, was accept a no substitute. I mean, that's talk about confidence. The car was so good that you were to accept no substitute. I don't know if we've finished the race yet. We're on a long straight now. See how fast we can get. 150 miles an hour. There's a corner coming up. 152. There we go. We're screeching to a halt. It's just banged on the brakes and we spun through the finish line. Here's the race itself. I don't know what position we are. 6th, I think. Here's the actual race. And again, they're all Porsches. I've got my foot down, the accelerator. I'm waiting for the lights to change. Good to go. There we go. We're away. There we are. Porsches. Turbo Cup Challenge. That's... Yep. Can't even accelerate as fast as them, which is bizarre. Because they're all the same car. And I've just spun. It's thrilling, isn't it? I mean, forget Formula 1. Turbo Cup Challenge is where it's at, isn't it? Rally driving, no. Turbo Cup Challenge. Forget all the rest. Turbo Cup Challenge is your game. This is the one. This is the one that you know, is going to get the blood pumping, the adrenaline going. There literally seems to be zero penalty, by the way, for smashing into things, spinning round, doing anything. Just bombing along the road, doing whatever you feel like. Just seems to be no penalty whatsoever. Just as long as you make it round. It's a very leisurely game. Flip it over a few barrels there. It's a leisurely drive there. Scores going up. It's a game that keeps giving, isn't it? It just keeps giving, yeah. Okay, so spinning the wheels. Let's go. Let's get back on the road, please. No more crashing into barrels. I got my finger sort of held down on Q, which is the accelerator. That's what we've got. There we go, straight now. A little bit of turn here, a little bit of turn. Not too much, because you've got to spin, because the car is totally uncontrollable at any speed. At any speed you can flip it, turn it, spin it. All these kind of things. All things happen everywhere you go. It's so annoying. I'm half wondering now what happens when I finish it. Well, when we get to the end, because I'm 16th position-wise now. In fact, maybe 17th very shortly. There we go. Banging into his car, sideways. I tell you what, the pictures on the back are so misleading. I don't know what system they're on, but it's definitely not. It's definitely not the Spectrum. That's for certain. Could be the Commodore. Do you think it's Commodore? I think because of the brightness of it, it's actually the Amstrad CPC. I'm almost wondering what it's like on the Amstrad CPC, because this is it's obviously not a clone of the Spectrum version. It's obviously a game in its own right. I think the writers of this are CPC writers most of the time as well. The original people, L'Oreal or something like that. L'Oreal, just good for your hair. Yeah, is it L'Oreal we do the thing, or is it Timothée? Where you stand in the forest, you know, washing your hair with a Timothée. I don't know. I suppose they are racing car drivers, so it probably is sponsored by hair products or something similar. I'm surprised they haven't done that in things like FIFA yet, actually. You know, put hair products in, because I guarantee you there's not a single one of them football players who actually pays for their hairdo. Well, maybe they pay for their hairdo, but you know, they'll all get products. They'll all sponsor something, you know. Oh my goodness! I've overtaken somebody. I am 20th still. I've smashed into him long enough that I've spun past him. I'm 19th. We're moving out of those. They're moving up those numbers. I was 6th to start, by the way, so I've got to take this in context. Oh, still spinning. I put the brakes on and everything there. I was trying to be good. And still spinning all over the road. Nuts, this is. There's no feel, by the way, for turning. When you push the turn on the car, that sort of motion of sort of rotating as it's got going on there, you can't feel it, if that makes sense. It doesn't respond as quickly as I'm pushing my finger on the button. So I push my finger on the button there to turn a little bit. Nope, now it's responded, now we're spinning. So it really doesn't really respond at all well at any point within the game. It's just horrible. And then we flipped and we're all over the place. 20th again. I think that's last, actually. Yep, we crashed into that now. I'm genuinely wanting to see what happens when we finish the race now. 22nd. Oh, there's more cars than I thought. I'm assuming I lose when I finish the race last. This is genuinely and I don't see this lightly about anything Spectrum-wise. Graphically, it looks nice, and gameplay-wise, it's actually genuinely unplayable. It is a thing. Isn't the Porsche Challenge though on the PlayStation 1 pretty much unplayable as well? Maybe it's a Porsche thing. You get Lotus Esprit on the other hand, brilliant game. Lotus Esprit. Here we go. Are we coming up to the finish? Oh, hang on. I'm catching up with the car at 109 miles per hour. Catching up with two cars. They're all trying to ram me now. There we go. Go past. Oh, flipped it because I've hit him. This is rubbish. Come on. Come on, car. I just want to finish the race now to find out what happens. Couldn't care less otherwise. Oh, it's such a lack of feeling of speed. Even when you're doing 80 miles per hour, it seems like everything's passing at the same speed. Now I'm doing 110. Same speed. Very little difference in the overall speed of the game. Now we're flipping the car again because I hit him. Wow. I hope this isn't some kind of 24-hour Le Mans type thing, or Le Mans. $20 miles per hour, 30 miles per hour, off the side of the road, onto the road. Come on, let's get some speed up. Wow. I'm actually was thought we'd be round it by now because, and this is the reason why I thought we'd be round it, is that the previous bit we took us only 5 minutes to get round. So I'm quite surprised we're still on the way round this thing. I am going to give up shortly if I can't see the exit soon. The exit. I'm so pleased that Doc Brown didn't build a time machine out of one of these machines. Porsche 944 Turbo. That's the music, the sound effects. The sounds we used to make as kids. I wonder what kids are going to make sound-wise in the future for cars. If they all go electric, what noise are they going to make? You know, if you want to pretend to be a car, if you're pretending, or whatever else it is, what noise are you going to make? Just a thought. Maybe it's the milk float noise, isn't it? What's that sort of noise? I don't even know how to pronounce that. Sort of say that kind of noise. Has this got laps or something like that? Because if it's got laps, I'm really annoyed. Oh, it's spinning again. Another pirouette, you see. It's out of the screen as well, because half the car's missing now on the edge of it. Look, or maybe not. It's just the edge of it. Just the way it looks. Come on! Where's the end? I thought there'd be a long corner by now that we could have finished on. Clearly not. How, do you know something? When people, I never understood how back in the 80s when they play tested this, or in fact this is 1990 I think this one. When they play tested this in 1990, somebody was like, yeah, that'll bloomin' do. Really? Nobody went, that's garbage. You know, it's speed, it's not playable at all. I think we're on the straight now. We're on the home straight, I think. Yeah, we are. We're on the home straight. So this is the bit where we put our foot down and to go as fast as we can. But yeah, somebody went, yeah, that's fine. It's a great game. Love it. No, it's not the home straight because we're going off at a corner again. Spinning anyway. Pirouetting around. Flipping over and over. I thought I was finished for a second there. God, that's tragic. I don't think I can play anymore. I think I've had my fill. I bought it again. You see, I'm a sucker for covers. I used to be way back in the day as well. I'm a sucker for covers, and I would have. You know what's worse is I don't know if I'd have persevered with this. Would I have persevered with this one? I don't know if I would have done with this one. This one's really bad. It's really unplayable. I mean, it's probably one of the worst I've played. and I've played some pretty poor games. I've even played games that haven't worked. You know, they're just not compatible. They won't even start. That's it. I've had enough. I've literally just let my fingers off the keys. I've let enough. That is it. Yeah, it's pretty bad, that one. I wouldn't recommend it. However, if you're a players collector, you probably got it, is the answer to that question. I'm not a players collector, but I do like a players game occasionally. Anyway, I've been your host, Real Genetic Demon. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye-bye now.